2024 Silver Eagles are already available for pre-order from multiple online retailers, and I figured that meant it's a really good time to take a look at premiums on silver rounds and silver eagles in the market, and I think what I found is going to surprise you, so make sure you stick with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So I went to all 6 of the online retailers that I have been using all year to track silver premiums, and we took a look at silver round prices, silver eagle prices, any date, and we looked at their pre-order prices if they were taking pre-orders for 2024 silver eagles. I'm going to show you all of those numbers today, and at the end, you might see something that might be a bit surprising, but we'll talk about why that is when we get there. Let's start with generic rounds. Now, we are going to sort these from most expensive to least expensive, and keep in mind we are not considering sale prices because many of these sites, especially since it's almost Thanksgiving and Black Friday, do have sales. We are looking at their everyday prices without having any sale prices. So taking a look at APMEX, their 1-19 check and wire price was $27.74. That brings us at $4.19 an ounce over spot based on their spot price at the time I took the screenshot of $23.55. That is a premium of 17.79%. They still need to bring their prices down. Next up, we have Money Metals at $3.59 an ounce over spot. That is a percentage premium of 15.23%. These are 1 to 39 before you get a discount from them, and a total price of $27.16 at spot being $23.57. Next up, we have Hero Bullion. Hero Bullion gives us $2.67 an ounce over spot based on our spot price of $23.58, which is 11.32%. That's a considerable drop from Money Metals at 15.23% down to 11%. That's actually the farthest drop of all 6 of these. So next up, we have Monument Metals at $2.59 an ounce over spot. That is 11.05% at $26.02 per coin when they had spot at $23.43. After that, we have JM Bullion at $26.08, which is a premium of $2.49 an ounce over spot. That is 10.56%. They had silver at $23.59 at the time. And finally, we have SD Bullion with their 1 ounce rounds, new design, any choice, at $2.49 an ounce over spot at $26.15, with spot price at the time I took the screenshot of $23.66. Now, of course, we are not looking at sale prices for our comparison. However, it is almost Black Friday, and some retailers, including our sponsor, SD Bullion, do have some awesome sales already posted for Black Friday. They have 1 ounce gold bars at just $9.99 over spot, 1 ounce silver bars at just $1.49 over spot, and if you buy 100, just 99 cents an ounce over spot. They have 1 ounce silver cowboy rounds. I love these at just $1.99 over spot. Those deals are better than any of the everyday prices that we just looked at, and I wanted to show that to you. Now, I'm sure many of you already realize this, but the premiums on silver rounds have been dropping consistently since May. So when we tracked them in May, we had $4.91 an ounce over spot, down to $4.18. These are averages of the 6 online retailers, by the way, down to $4.18, down to $3.74, down to $3.47. And then today, the premium average is down to $3 an ounce over spot. And if you removed APMEX and Money Metals from that, it's actually much closer to like $2.60, which is really awesome. So yes, the premiums on rounds are coming down, and we are excited to see it. And looking at the line charts, you can definitely see what I'm saying. Even though the premiums were really high in May, keep in mind they weren't near as high as almost $6 an ounce spot on average back in November of 2022. So from November of 2022 till today, which is November of 2023, we went from $5.92 all the way down to $3 an ounce over spot, and percentage-wise, 28.86 down to 12.78. Those premiums are definitely coming down, and they are on silver eagles as well. So let's take a look at eagles. All right, so the same thing with silver eagles. We were going to be looking at the 1 to 19 ounce check and wire price, and we will not be looking at sale prices. These are for any random date silver eagles, and we are going to start off at the top with JM Bullion. Now, JM Bullion had them at $8.50 an ounce over spot. That is a premium of 36.05%. They had them at $32.08 when spot was $23.58 at the time of the screenshot. After that, we have APMEX, which is basically the same at $8.49. They had them at $32.13 when spot was showing at $23.64, a percentage premium of 35.91%. After that, we have Money Metals at $7.69. This is the first time under 8. at 32.63%. That is 31.26 per coin when spot was 23.57. Our first time under 7 at 6.30 is SD Bullion. They had him at 26.74% premium. They had spot at 23.56 at the time of the screenshot, and they were charging 29.86 per coin, 6.30 over spot. Then we get under $6 an ounce. We have Hero Bullion at $5.93 per coin, a percentage of 25.23%. They had them at 29.43 with spot showing at 23.50. And then we finally have under 6 at under 25%, I should say, 23.87%. We got Monument Metals with 29.01 per coin when spot was showing at 23.42, a premium of 5.59 over spot. Taking a look at the chart, we have the same trend happening since May. So 1861, then 1432. There was one date that we missed here that we had on rounds. Then 721. Today, an average spot price of average premium of 708. And again, if you remove APMEX, JM Bullion, and Money Metals from that, it's actually around 6. So it is a significant difference between those higher and lower ones. And if we take a look at the line chart over here, you can see we had a significant decrease from May at 1861, a huge slope. But those premiums have not been falling much in the last couple of months. They've basically leveled out. We had an average in September of 721. We had an average today of 708. Again, it gets lower if we remove those higher ones. But looking at the percentage over spot, in May, we were 72.12%. Now looking back in November, 84.35, but 72.12 in May. And then we slope down and same thing. We go from 31% in September to an average of 30.14% in November. All right, so now we're going to be looking at 2024 Silver Eagles, and I did promise you something surprising. I want you to look for it, and then I'll tell you what it is at the end if you don't spot it. But take a look at this. So we're going to start with JM Bullion. They have pre-orders for your 1 ounce 2024 Silver Eagle starting at $8 an ounce over spot, a premium of 33.93%. They were looking for $31.58 with spot price of $23.58 as I took the screenshot. Next after that, we have APMEX at $7.99 over spot, which is a premium of 33.90%. Which is they were looking for $31.56 with a spot price of $23.57. Again, same thing, check and wire pricing is 1 to 19 is what we are looking at. Then we have Monument Metals, and keep in mind, only 4 of the 6 online retailers we track actually had pre-orders available for 2024s. The third one is Monument Metals here at $5.80 an ounce over spot, a premium percentage of $24.78. They were looking for $29.21 when spot price was $23.41. And then we have SD Bullion taking pre-orders at $28.76 per coin. That is $5.20 over spot, a premium of 22.07% when they had spot at the time of $23.56. And while we don't have a line chart for this one, you can see the average of those 4 retailers is $6.75 an ounce over spot, and it's actually quite a bit cheaper. It's $5.50 if you were just to look at Monument and SD Bullion, removing APMEX and JM from the mix, which honestly I'm thinking about doing for next year's video series because the premiums always look higher when you add those in. But what is surprising about those numbers, I want to know if you spotted it, so leave a comment down below if you saw this before you heard me say it. But if you look at it, 3 of the 4 online retailers, that is both APMEX, JM Bullion, and SD Bullion, are actually pre-ordering 2024 Silver Eagles cheaper than they are selling their random any date Silver Eagles for. And Monument Metals, while it's a little bit higher to pre-order 2024s, is not really far off from what they're selling any dates for. Now, there is a reason for that, though, and just keep this in mind. If you were to order Silver Eagles today, you would lock in the price, but you wouldn't get them until mid to late January, depending on where you ordered them from. So you are volatile to spot. If spot price goes up, well, good for you. You got them cheaper. But if it goes down, that's unfortunate because now you're going to be receiving those Silver Eagles that you paid quite a bit more for a couple of months ago by the time you get them in, which is why I believe a lot of the retailers are selling them, or I should say pre-ordering them cheaper than what they are selling any dates for right now, because I'm sure their prices are already locked in. So they're trying to lock other people in as well and get them out of the door so they don't have to deal with the spot price possibly going down. So what do you do if you want to get 2024 Silver Eagles? Do you pre-order them or do you wait? Personally, I won't order them until I know I will receive them within a couple of days. Even if spot price goes up, I would rather know how much I'm paying and how much they're worth when I pay for them than I would today. But it is nice to see those premiums getting quite a bit farther down for Silver Eagles, Silver Rounds, and even for 2024 Silver Eagles, with those premiums being lower than even most of the other online retailers are selling their any dates for. What do you guys think, though, about the current premiums in the market? Are you happy with them? Do you want to see them continue to come down? Please let me know in the comments down below. And for you guys wondering about other online retailers, remember, I've said many times as I do this video series throughout the year, I will add or change the retailers that we track next year, just like I did last year. We actually had a new addition this year that we weren't looking at last year when we did this in 2022. So that will change again in 2024. We'll see who they are when we get there. You guys will have to follow with me to find out, so don't forget to like and subscribe. I also want to point out that if you haven't seen this video above me, that's the next video you should watch because it's a great one. And otherwise, just don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.